In 2009, trust in money was shaken. Banks had failed, governments stepped in, and ordinary people paid the price. That's when Bitcoin quietly appeared. Created by someone using the name Satoshi Nakamoto, Bitcoin proposed a simple but radical idea: money that doesn't rely on banks, governments, or anyone's permission. Instead, it runs on codes enforced by a global network. No headquarters, no CEO, no bailout button. The first Bitcoin block even referenced bank rescues, a subtle reminder of why this experiment existed at all. At the time, almost no one noticed. There was no price, no hype, just a question hanging in the air. What if money could run on rules, not trust? The question didn't make Bitcoin famous, it made Bitcoin possible. But possibility alone isn't enough. Next came the moment it had to prove it could exist in the real world. At first, Bitcoin was just an idea running on computers. Then, in 2010, it bought something real. 2 pizzas, paid for with 10,000 Bitcoin. It sounds absurd now, but this moment mattered. For the first time, Bitcoin crossed the line from theory to everyday life. It proved that digital money could represent real value, outside code, outside speculation. What's often missed is this: there was no excitement yet, no rush, no belief it could change the world. Bitcoin wasn't valuable because people wanted it. It was valuable because it worked. Block by block, every 10 minutes, the system kept running, without banks, without permission. But once something works, a harder question follows. If the system keeps going, what controls how much of it exists? In 2012, Bitcoin did something no major monetary system had ever done. It reduced its own supply. This was the first halving, an event that cut the creation of new Bitcoin in half. No votes, no meetings, no emergency expectations, just codes executing as promised. Bitcoin had a hard limit, 21 million coins. And for the first time, that limit wasn't theoretical, it was enforced. That's when perception shifted. In a world where money could be printed during crisis, Bitcoin offered something unfamiliar: predictability, not stability. Not safety, but rules that didn't change when things got uncomfortable. And when money starts behaving differently, people stop paying attention, sometimes too much attention. By 2017, Bitcoin was no longer obscure. Millions were using it, prices were rising, and for the first time, Bitcoin faced internal conflicts. Disagreements over speed, scale, and purpose split the community. Other systems would have centralized control. Bitcoin didn't. Instead, it fractured and survived. New versions emerged. The original chain kept running. No one stepped in to fix it. The rules held even when consensus didn't. This was Bitcoin's real stress test, not a market crash, a governance crisis. Bitcoin proved it could survive disagreement, but survival attracts scrutiny, and scrutiny brings powerful new participants. In 2020, the world entered another crisis. Trillions were injected into economies, interest rate drops, and suddenly, questions about money weren't theoretical anymore. They were personal. That's when institutions started paying attention to Bitcoin, not as a rebellion, but as a system with rules. Companies added it to balance sheets, funds studied it as a hedge, governments debated on how to regulate something they didn't control. Bitcoin hadn't replaced the financial system, but it had forced itself into the conversation. And once something survives long enough, the question shifts from will it last to what does it mean that it already has. More than 15 years after it launched, Bitcoin is still running. Same supply cap, same rules, same schedule. It has outlived critics, alternatives, and countless predictions of its death. Not because it promised certainty, but because it delivered consistency. Bitcoin didn't fix money, It challenged assumptions about it. It showed that a system could exist without permission, without central control, and still function globally. So the question today isn't whether Bitcoin succeeds or fails. It's this: if an experiment born from crisis can still move value without trust in institutions, what does that say about the future of money itself? Stay tuned for more updates only on Pan Finance.